Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Every Last One, where we discuss new wave, post-punk, and electronic music by way of my vinyl record collection. Today I have an exciting video for you guys. This one's going to be discussing a huge haul of records I got on a recent Euro trip. I went to about 25 different record stores over 2 weeks. Not going to go through all of them today, but I'm going to probably give you 10, maybe even a bonus record store, talk about my experiences, and show off some of the vinyl finds that I got along the way. So on this trip, we started off in Germany. We went from Germany and went eastward all the way to Romania, and then circled back around to Germany again for the fly back home. Before we get started, one thing I want to mention is if you're traveling in Germany, in Munich or in Vienna, Austria in particular, and you're going to record stores and you're expecting to spend money there, bring cash. I went to a few places, in particular in Vienna, and I was surprised at the lack of digital electronic payments. You know, I always have some euros with me in my wallet wherever I'm around, but believe me, even if you're thinking you're buying records that could be 50, 75 euros, you think something that large they're gonna want a digital payment for. Some of these places didn't even have terminals that recognized cards from North America. Had to go to a bank machine, even was out of luck, found a bank machine that did not accept or recognize my North American card. Had to go back to that store on a different day. So make sure you have some cash with you while you're traveling. Our first stop was Munich in Germany. Went to a few stores. One that was very highly recommended was M2 Music, and M2 Music did not disappoint. For those of you who know me, know that I'm a huge Depeche Mode fan, and was very excited to see a pretty sizable used Depeche Mode section at M2 Music. And from that, I'm just gonna share some of the records. Picked up Depeche Mode, Just Can't Get Enough, 12-inch vinyl. This particular one is the limited edition German pressing. This sleeve design here with the cat from the 1950s advert on the rug actually only came as a 7-inch domestically for the rest of the world. But this particular one was the German variation. There were actually a few of these. So what I was amazed was just, this is near mint. This is a record from 1981. The sleeve, the actual vinyl itself. I did pull this out and give this a spin, and I was amazed at just how clean this record was. In fact, and you'll see in a moment some of the other ones too, just impeccable shape, these records. Another Depeche Mode. This one is from 1983. This is Love in Itself. Again, it's the German pressing, so for any of you who know about German pressings, they sound phenomenal. Next to Japanese pressings, Germans are probably the ones you're going to want to go with. And this one here actually was just remarkable. Try not to touch it. It's even in the light there, I can see it is just, I played this one, and when I got to the B-side, the remix of Fool's Bigger, it just sounded like I was in the room. Just phenomenal. All of the separation of the instruments, just unbelievable sounding. And third one here, I'm not gonna open this one. This one here is a variation on the Everything Counts remix that came out in 1989. All of these are on black vinyl. There are some German exclusive versions. I've got a lot of those in my collection, but I was very happy to still find these German versions in just mint or near mint shape. One more from M2. This one is Radiohead from 1993. This is the Pop Is Dead single that actually was not on the Pablo Honey album, although this does come with some live cuts of Bananaco, Creep Live, and Ripcord. And this one, again, pulled this out in the store. Always tip for you, check your records, especially if like this one was not cheap. Mind you, it was, and I checked Discogs, it was a third of what it would have cost me with shipping to get it to North America. So I was very happy to find this very unique, hard to find original pressing. So, There were a few others as well, but needless to say, M2 was definitely worth the trip. It's a little out of the Old Town city center, but just grab an Uber, take the tram, take you about 15 minutes to get there, and definitely worth a visit. That's one of the places where I did need cash, so note that. Next up, also in Munich, this is Optimal Record Store. This is a bit of a different location in that highly focused on electronic sounds, and everything's for the most part new. They had some used stuff as well, but what I liked in particular was the fact that I was looking for some German label stuff, electronic, that I can't get in North America. So I was able to get a few records from Ski Mask, including this one here, which is his latest, Resort, and just it was even sold out on Bandcamp, couldn't get it anywhere. A few others, Ski Mask, and then this is a triple vinyl of Pool that came out in, I think it was 2019. This is a phenomenal record, 2021 actually. So Optimal, especially if you're looking for anything Ninja Tune, Warp Records, or Alien Tape, stuff like that, highly recommended. Very cool place to check out. Then we took the train, we headed east, and then we ended up in Salzburg, which is our first stop in Austria. And that's where I went to Music Laden in Salzburg and was able to find this here. This is a repress of Kraftwerk Radioactivity, but this particular vinyl here is a pretty luxurious edition. For one, I like that it's Radioaktivität, so it's the actual German version, all of the German stuff. But first, there's this really lavish booklet here. It's just excellent photography, unique stuff from the music video for Radioactivity. So nice little booklet there. That's the first thing. And then the sleeve. And I'm a sucker for colored vinyl, in particular when it's something so vibrant and matches the sleeve in the case of this one here. So really dug that, gave this one a spin, even though it's on colored vinyl, sounded phenomenal. Then from there, from Salzburg, we took the train again and headed east, and we ended up in Vienna. Visited quite a few record stores, and the highlight was the first location that we went to. And this store was just called Vinyl. So I got a few things from Vinyl. The first thing that I got, which I was very happy to find, was the original pressing, the original single release of Born Slippy by Underworld. So for anyone who knows Underworld, the song Born Slippy is actually Born Slippy Nux, which you know from Train Spotting and the one with the Lager Lager chant. That's the version with lyrics. The original OG Born Slippy here, the original cut that's on the A side here, is a 9-minute electronic tour de force, amazing rhythm production, phenomenal spiraling and undulating synthesizers. If you haven't heard the original Born Slippy, I highly recommend checking it out. This particular cut, phenomenal. The B-side is the full unedited 11.5-minute version of Born Slippy Nux. There's another version of this with the Born Slippy Telematic remix, which is another techno piece instrumental. So this is the 2-cut version. There's a 3-cut out there as well, but this on its own is extremely rare, hard to find. Another thing I should add though is that I am not really one for buying records off of Discogs. I will if I just can't find something new that I want to get, like a new release of something, but for the most part, 95% of the records in my collection have all come through going to record stores. Another one from Vinyl, just called Vinyl. This is a promo from The Cure from 1987, which is tracks off of Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me. We've got The Kiss, Catch, Just Like Heaven, Why Can't I Be You? So 3 singles, but particularly unique for the sleeve. All black and white, mind you, but it's got The Kiss, which if anyone who knows The Cure knows that track. It's like a wailing 6-minute guitar fest, tons of wah-wah, screaming vocals. It's chosen for this promo, and probably gave people a little bit of an eyebrow raise if this went around to various radio stations and they played it before they got to the other 3 pop singles from The Cure. But very cool, very hard to find. Next is, might be a little hard to see here. Should have probably taken some of these out of the plastic wrap, but mind the glare if you can make this out. This is Massive Attack with Teardrop. This is a 1998 single, their biggest song, Teardrop. If you know it from the show House, you know it from countless maybe TV ads and other places it's been played across radio and TV. This is the original version of the song plus 3 remixes. This is the promo copy, and again, it's really nice matte with this shiny typeface that's bolded there. All right, I'm gonna hold these in my lap here to go through them a lot easier now. So, still on vinyl. I'm also editing this, by the way. I mean, there were more records that I got, but this is a Depeche Mode promo of It's No Good with the Club 69 Future mix and the dub on the B-side. Next, couple of other Depeche Modes. First is going to be this one here, Depeche Mode Violations. And I don't know how you guys feel about unofficial releases, but I'll tell you that this particular one is one you want to seek out. Can't find it digitally anywhere, even just through SoulSeek or other file sharing. But why you want this is, unlike a lot of remixes that are available out there, people make their own little kind of amateur versions of remixes. This has 3 remixes, and it says here too, Abstructure for Bedroom Productions. So this Abstructure remixer does Enjoy the Silence, Arms and Legs mix, Policy of Truth, Abstructure's Side of the Case, and then there's this Personal Jesus Ho-Ha or Hoo-Ha remix. But this particular one here, this Policy of Truth, this and Enjoy the Silence, some of the best just independent remixes I've ever heard. And they literally went back to the backing tracks, the original stems, and remixed it. When you hear the Policy of Truth version, it's just unbelievable. The different layers that they brought in from various remixes over the years that Depeche Mode have put out, mixing them together. And some of these are available if you look for them on SoundCloud, but Depeche Mode Violations, highly recommended. This one's hilarious. This is Depeche Mode live in Caracas, except it's not in Caracas, because anyone who knows Depeche Mode knows they've never played in Venezuela. And this is actually tracks from 1981. So this is when they were with Vince Clarke. So of course it's got a random photo there without Vince Clarke. It's got the classic lineup with Alan Wilder. But this is on the original album tour. So this is Speak and Spell era. So this is actually a recording from France, from Paris, from the band Douche. Very famous. You can hear even Dave talking at a heckler during this one. There's some French conversation on it. But just kind of a curio and quirky because of the live in Caracas on the cover. A couple more from vinyl. Pet Shop Boys, West End Girls. This is not the one you know. This is the one you want to know. What do I mean? So West End Girls originally was produced by the Pet Shop Boys with famed NYC producer Bobby Orlando. So the original version actually sounds a lot more Italo disco than the well-known version of the track, which, don't get me wrong, I love Stephen Hague, I love his production, I love his take on West End Girls, and to be honest, it is the definitive version, but this is cool. This is Italo disco. This is the Pet Shop Boys doing, equivalent to like Paninaro or any tracks like that, but definitely check this one out. Really hard to find the original pressing. Couple different mixes on there. Left Field, Release the Pressure. Left Field, cool electronic act from the UK from the 90s. Couple different remixes, Release 1, Release 2, Release 4 mixes. Left Field, amazing electronica group. Again, another 95 was the year that came out, so super cool. And there were more, but I'm just showing you the highlights right now. Next place in Vienna in Austria, went to a store called Substance. Love the typeface of their bag and the actual logo outside of the location. Very well curated, again, very much like Optimal Records in Munich. This place had a lot of electronic music. Although strangely, he was playing the new Cure song Alone when I walked in. Had a nice chat with the store owner about that. One of the things I love about going to record stores is actually speaking with the staff, speaking with people in the stores, getting a feel for their take on their music community, seeing what's local and thriving in their area, records that they recommend, or even just having one of those bonding moments over a song that just dropped, the first song from The Cure in 16 years, and he's playing it in his store, and then we share our own thoughts on how we feel about it, and yeah, good stuff. Anyways, I picked up Alessandro Cortini from both Nine Inch Nails and then his own solo electronic work, very gifted Italian musician. This is his Volume Massimo album. It's got Amaro Amore on it, which is an amazing track. Haven't opened it yet, but can't wait to give this one a spin. It's actually on like a turquoise vinyl. Again, sucker for the colored one. Sorry, I'm not opening this one right now. The video's already gonna go too long. Okay, so next place we went to was Rave Up Records, also in Vienna. And that's where I found one of my holy grail records that I've been looking for years. Again, like I mentioned, I could get this on Discogs, but there's just something about finding the original pressing of Recoil, aka Alan Wilder, formerly of Depeche Mode's 1992 album Bloodline, original pressing, just up on the wall in the store, calling out to me in mint condition, take me home, free me from the shackles of this store. So, still got the hype sticker intact on it as well. Recoil is Alan Wilder with guest vocalists Douglas McCarthy of Nights of Reb and Tony Halliday of the band Curve and Moby of Moby. Super cool. I'll pull it out. There's a couple nicks on it, but the sleeve is a little more worse for wear. Maybe this is like a mint minus, but the record itself is just, I'm not even gonna pull it out right now. Impeccable. Was not cheap, but was a lot cheaper than on Discogs with shipping, and that's usually my compass that I go at. Like I said, it's always exciting to find them in a store. All right, so that is it for Vienna. From there, we took a train again, headed east to Budapest, Hungary. And in Budapest, Hungary, went to MG Records, the biggest choice in music. This place is pretty cool. MG Records, I'm gonna show you, well, there's quite a lot in here, but I'm just gonna show you again this one. This is The Cure BDC Sessions, 1979 to 1983. There have been numerous unofficial pressings of this. This one is quite lavish, just really nice feel and material to the sleeve. Limited, again, unofficial, but it's still cool. Batch of 500 copies, 245 is my number, nice even number. Just nice anti-static sleeve, but look at the vinyl. Is that not a very beautiful looking splatter edition? Cannot help that. And was sealed in the store, but a little bit of reconnaissance on the old Discogs, was able to discover how pretty it looks on the inside. So the next location was Kalos Records, also in Budapest, Hungary. This is where I was able to find a couple of Hungarian pressings, which aren't known for their sound quality, but it's still kind of cool to find. Electric Cafe by Kraftwerk, and goes the receipt. Very cool. Made in Hungary, very neat. And the record itself looked really nice, very good condition. Sleeve is a little bit weathered, but what are you gonna do? This is from 1986, right? And Depeche Mode, Music for the Masses. Again, Hungarian pressing. Just love these wacky, almost Soviet-esque labels on this one here, with this gong or sonk label just to the side, adjacent to the other side of the mute label. Super cool. So Budapest, Hungary, definitely some nice record stores there. Beautiful city. Next location, we took a plane and we went to Bucharest in Romania. And first place I went to was called Niche Records. Vinyl, CD, Blu-ray, DVD. Actually, what's weird about this place was pretty much just new records, but it was half a record store and half a memorabilia for K-pop store. So you would see all of these bobbleheads and weird little books and coffee table editions of like teen heartthrobs. And then on the other side, you had records. So picked up this A Certain Ratio 1982 record. This is orange colored vinyl. Very cool. Looking forward to giving that one a spin. Last location in Bucharest, Romania that I'm gonna go through was called Near Mint. And this one was an oddity in that actually a couple locations in Bucharest were like this, but you get out and the Google Street View just shows some gate and you go through, there's the tiniest little logo on the side of the gate before you go into this complex. And this record store was located up about 3 flights of stairs in a building. You go inside, it's somebody's house and it's just decked out with records. There were 3 people sitting around with the biggest, most audiophile stereo system ever. And they were just smoking hookah. And the whole store is vinyl pressings. So picked up this Duran Duran Notorious. This is, I shouldn't even be touching it. This is super mint. It's got the Obi strip and played it for me there, gave it a wash, had a listen. They had quite a few things. It was not a cheap store, mind you, which is why there was that other option. There was a Hunting High and Low, Aha there as well. Left that one, just too much, but this one, picked it up. It was a good deal, really cool, especially since they were all Japanese pressings. So, from Bucharest, took a plane back to Munich in Germany, had one more day, stop over there, did a little more shopping. I was a little sad that one particular store that I'd hoped to check out, the proprietors were on vacation, so couldn't go there. Sadly saw something through the window that I liked, but that's the break sometimes. But went to Ludwig Beck, which is actually more of a department store. It's got about 7 floors, and up at the top they've got this whole audiophile listening room, beautiful merchandising for records. Picked up a few things there. Electronic, the duo from Manchester of Bernard Sumner from New Order with Johnny Marr from the Pet Shop Boys. I've got a repress of this as well as the OG original. This is another repress. I like it because of the black with the gray typeface. Figured I'd get it at some point and figured that was the day. So I'm gonna give this one a spin and see how it compares to the other OG as well as the repress from about 10 years ago. And a couple records from the Future Sound of London, electronica act from the UK. This one here is Environments 4. And so Environment 4, plural, and then Environment 6. They do a weird thing with their naming conventions on their record releases. All right, so there's a bunch of records I picked up on my trip. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this unbagging and showcase on some of these records. What do you guys like best when you travel and check out new record stores? What are some of the most noteworthy record stores you've been to around the world? Which one should I check out? Would you guys like to see a video on my favorite record stores that I've traveled and discovered around the world? Let me know down in the comments, and please like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow this channel. Give me some ideas for content. Very happy to put some stuff out there. If you want me to cover more of a particular artist, if you want me to do a deep dive into the discography or into my vinyl collection, happy to do that. Thanks for watching, and see you again.